Hello and welcome to Hops and Bros. This week, a very special episode.
Yes, because it's a Craft Beer 101 and we're back together in one single video. I guess it's been like 2 weeks. So
It's been a while. It's been a while,
so we're ready to geek really hard on this one. So stay tuned for more about essential oils.
For an open window on the Craft Beer world. Max and Chris from Ups and Ups and Welcome to Ups and Bros. Yeah.
So yes, this week we're going to be taking a look at essential oils. So last week I talked about fruit in beer, and I mentioned quickly essential oils, aromas, fermentation, all that stuff together. But this week I'm like, you know what, let's dive in a little more. Now, we are going to be talking about hops as well, essential oil and hops, but we're going to do a bigger video on hops eventually. So this one is really about essential oil. Now Chris, what are essential oils?
So basically essential oil is like breaking down one of your main ingredients. So in this case we're talking about hops and boiling it to its most essential form. So you take it in water, then you boil it down, and what you extract from them are the essential oils from this product. So it builds up kind of like a concentrate of the ingredients you have. So essential oils have been used forever, and like those plants been used forever in like just common medicine, or I don't know how to properly what not real medicine, like sorcery stuff.
It really has been, and you probably have seen this in your life in general. Someone has tried to sell you on the idea that essential oil will cure whatever you have. Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe because
maybe.
Maybe because
Probably not.
but it has been proven that essential oils, especially the hops essential oil, essential oil, will calm anxiety and will reduce stress in people, which is basically what it does in beer too. So I can see easily
you can also
happening.
You can also see in the cousin plant of the hop, which is the cannabis. You know what I mean? You have your CBD oils that are literally the extract of just relaxation, if you follow some things. Anyways, we've done a video on those, so you can check it out.
But
just, go check it out.
It can also reduce menstrual. I have issues today talking, so it reduces menstrual cramp and also enhance sexual performance. That's what I have on essential oils with hops. But Max,
why not, eh?
Why not? If it works with beer, then why not just the essential? I can't pronounce it anymore. So
essential oils, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
Essential. Okay, let's forget about this. I won't be able to pronounce this word for the rest of the video. So Max, how this essential oil works in beer?
That's not bad. That was good. Yeah.
Nailed it.
It's a shame I'm gonna have to cut it out and make it so you couldn't say it, but So essential oil. Essential oils are basically found on virtually everything that has flavor. Now, have you ever had a candy, like let's say an orange flavored candy, and you look on it and orange is nowhere to be found in the ingredients for this candy? Well, that's because essential oils are not limited to one thing. You can find essential oils on different things. Mostly different fruits or different plant-like stuff, let's say. Hops have 3 essential oils: myrcene, humulene, and cariphyllene. Again, my pronunciation for this stuff is always kind of weak. They're complicated words, and English is not my first language.
Yeah.
So,
and don't point fingers at me, right?
No, not at all. So from there, that's most of the essential oils you're going to find in hops. Now, for hundreds of years, hops were used essentially for alpha acids, so for the bitterness, until the Cascade. The Cascade changed everything, because the Cascade had a higher concentration of another essential oil, because yes, hops are not limited to those 3 essential oils. You can get other things. The 2 most common ones are linalool and geraniol. Geraniol gives you that floral flavors from the hops. Linalool is the one that gives you the citrus. Cascade was one of the first
Okay.
hops used as an aromatic hop and not just for bittering. That's a little bit where the IPAs changed from being just super bitter to, hey, these things can have a little bit more juiciness, a little bit more flavor to them. So linolene is in high concentration in the Cascade. Now, just to give you a little point of reference, you have a question?
I have a question real quick.
Go
Can, like, at one point, science can go as far as having a hop that produce only one kind of essential hops, flavor-wise?
No, you don't want that.
No?
Because you're gonna have a bunch of different. Yeah, no, that's fine. But you're gonna have a bunch of different characteristics in your hops, a bunch of different essential oils that are gonna be attached there one way or the other. So your three main ones are going to be there, and then you're probably going to have a couple more in lower concentrations. To be able to extract those oils, sometimes you have to boil them a bit. Other times you don't really have to. You can just put them in the fermenter, and they're going to do their thing. So yes, give you a little barum to figure out, okay, so where does Cascade situate itself? Because right nowadays, you don't see Cascade a lot. I mean, last time I saw it was in, what, Belacide Castor? Did he still use Cascade?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess it's like a good base hop to start off for those IPAs or session IPAs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just settles in a nice layer before adding up, like, some of your citrus hops on top. That's what I've heard. But
yeah, definitely. And
like,
also, a lot of people are switching to like Magnum for their bittering hops because they think that your bittering hops are just there for bitter. But that's not exactly the fact. Different hops will have a different bitter character. So anyways, using your Cascade as a bittering hop or as an aromatic hop is not a bad way to go necessarily, depending on what beer you want to do. Anyways, coming back to the scale. Citra has a little bit more than double the concentration of linalool in its hop than Cascade. So that's why Citra became one of the most popular hops to use for your aromatic features. It is a lot.
Holy shit.
And Citra is also very high in alpha acids, surprisingly enough, but it is a harsh bitterness. So again, we're seeing that some hops may be good for bittering, but you may not want to use them for it because you're going to get different characteristics.
Yeah, we have a pretty good video on Citra if you guys haven't seen it yet. Like, if you click here right now, I think it's on the left, so the video is right here if you want to watch it. That's pretty cool, right? You see it, Max?
Yeah, left or right. No, I don't really see it.
You don't see it on your end? Yeah, I see it. It's right here on left. Yeah.
So it's literally on the screen, or is it on the side? It's probably on the side.
No, it's on the screen. Yeah, it's It's right there.
Yeah, we're seeing completely different things. That's fine. That's fine. No, it is what it is. We're long distances, right? Like my screen can be different than yours. So yeah, that's essential oils. A little overview of it. The last thing I want to talk about is something very interesting. Dry hopping. So I talked about when to use your fruit, and I did mention that you want it almost towards the end of fermentation because you don't want it to ferment with the rest of the beer to get too much alcohol. You really want those flavors and not necessarily the sugar content. And with hops, it's even more important to pay attention to when you dry hop because your yeast is actually going to eat those essential oils and change them. So you can end up with a completely different essential oil than what you thought you were going to have. Which makes it super important to figure out what you dry hop with.
Because literally, like, let's say you have like those citrus essential oils going in, then yeast kind of like smooshes it and turns it into something completely different. That's what you're...
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start with linalool and then have something completely different in the end because it's going to eat some of those parts and change them.
Okay.
Essential oils, super important for your juicy IPA, super important for your aromatic features in your beer.
Okay, that's interesting.
Don't sleep on the Gouda.
If you're brewing with those yeast, do you have the right information? Let's say you know that this yeast will change the oils in Citra into this. Like, is it something that exists, or you need to work your way through it?
It's going to be for a future video. I believe that it's Relatively common, but there's a lot of tests that have to be done. And at
Okay.
your brewery, you have to figure out like when are you adding these hops? Because if you add them towards the end of fermentation or right after, well, I mean, you might have nothing that changes, but you might also have nothing to write home about. You know, maybe the fact that you added it towards the later stage of fermentation means that you get some flavors that are really nice. And a day or a couple hours after that, you completely ruin your beer. Who knows? Right, you got to test it out.
That's really interesting. Seriously, we need to geek more about this in the future, which means, yes, Max is pulling out a lot of knowledge. My brain hurts a little bit, so we'll have to make a part 2 of this, I guess.
Definitely, eventually we are. I am also working on doing a more complete video on the 4 main ingredients of beer. Brownie points if you can name them. I'm not going to name them for you. And we'll see. I think it'd be something interesting to dive into those 4 ingredients a little more to try to figure out what they're doing in beer. It's something I'm working on. We'll see when it's ready. Just probably not until the end of this program because there's a lot to learn.
Awesome, perfect. So if you guys enjoyed this little video, it's not a little one, it's like a big one because we're back together after like, I guess 2 weeks. It's just way too long. So thanks a lot for all the support. It's been huge lately, Max. I don't know what happened, but like we're going through the roof. We're so close to our 1,000 mark and this gets me really pumped. Really pumped.
I've got a couple ideas. I have been talking about the show a lot more than I have before. So Chris, you're gonna have to talk about this after the show because we need a couple things.
All right.
Apparently, just talking about something helps out. Who would have thought?
So you guys leave comments. It really helps us grow. What you want to see next on the show, we'll make it happen. We're growing with you guys and this is what makes it important. So thanks a lot for watching and we'll see you in the next video, right Max?
Yes, we will.
Alright, so cheers guys. Yes.
And Grainfather, if you want to send us a device, I would love to brew with it, review it, and let the people know how awesome it is.
Yeah, I'll wear.
I just wanted to end on that note.
I'll wear a cap the whole show so I can like promote the whole thing.
I'll wear a shirt, I'll wear a hat, I'll have the product with me all the time. Can't wait to get my hands on one and try it out because these things are awesome. All right, that's my little pitch for you guys. A little elevator pitch, see if anything happens. We'll see.
Hopefully
Probably
we'll
not.
see. We never know, man. It's internet, right? Never know.
All right, cheers, guys.